Thank you so much. I'll just share my screen right now. I hope it's visible, right? Is the
It is
PPT
coming
visible?
up. It is coming up.
Okay, I think it should be visible now.
Yeah, it is now.
Okay, perfect. Hi everyone. I am Vaidehi Koite and I am currently doing my master's in business analytics. I first used to do computer science and I got in shooting stars through a hackathon like this. It has been an incredible experience, and even I was very intimidated when I first started doing hackathons. So, welcome, and this is like the very first step that you guys have taken much closer to doing, like I would say. Oh wait, just a second. I my battery is running low. I'll just get it charging. Sorry. Sorry for that on my part. But yes, welcome to the WWT Hackathon. We're going to talk about what exactly hackathons are. So, this might be the very first time you guys might be experiencing hackathon. For some people, this may be your fifth hackathon, 10th hackathon, but for some people here, it would be your first hackathon slash datathon. So, what exactly does a hackathon mean? It sounds like a very fancy word, but it is not. It's just fun. You get to build something. So you guys come together, you get a problem statement, you try to build something as simple, but also something that is very practical to the world. Use all of your technical skills. Even if you're not technical person, this is challenge to get yourself find a solution, try to get new technology, learn something new. So that's basically hackathon is. There might be like a timeline that you need to complete everything. So what's the first step of getting a hackathon is to find an amazing team. Your team doesn't need to be perfect at all. It has to be a group of people just coming together. They can have different talents. So my biggest advice would be not to have everyone as coders or everyone as designers. Have a good mix of team, because you also need people who are creative, who you also need people who are technical. You need people who are thinking as a business person, because at the end of the day, you also need to have a solution which is viable out there, where people would love to invest in it, would love to um, create an impact through that solution, but also be so much impactful for the society. So understand and have a good mix of people. That is like one of my biggest suggestions, because all of the hackathons that I've won in the past is all because I have had an amazing group of people and had an amazing team. I am not a very good coder, but I had good business and speaking skill. So whenever my team who used to build it, even I was contributing, but if someone came who is a non-technical person, I need to explain them. I would be the one presenting it in a way where it is much more understandable. But we also had a person who was so good with Canva, understood color schemes, understood how the functionality and where the icon should be, where it is much accessible for staff. And he helped us out to visually like build that app. So you guys need like a good team. So the next is to identify and like hit the right spot on what the thing is. Usually, you need to make sure that how this solution can be engaging with the community. So it's not only the person who is building this app who's going to use it, but it's also the people that you're going to serve for. So that's one thing you should always keep in your mind while doing something. Some of the ideas that we can come up with while building stuff or like keeping in your mind is how uh, it should be a good balance of technologically being advanced, but also keeping it minimal, where it is the most useful for all of the people, and even general public can use it. So next is abstract and idea submission. Usually we have different phases that this hackathon goes through. Your first phase would always be after forming your team, submitting all your forms. The next would be idea and abstract submission. This is the time where you all sit together and start to brainstorm on what the theme is, and you try to come up with what should we be doing, what can be the solution for this problem. Of course, this doesn't have to be the perfect idea out there. As you go along, things are going to change. You are going to understand this might not be feasible, or you need to change some technology stack in between just because this was not viable, and it's completely fine. Having a rough first idea, and some people think like, oh, this can be very ambitious, I don't think so we can do it in the given time span. I would say be as ambitious as possible about your idea. Once you start with that maybe higher level of thinking, and then you start filtering it down and come to one concrete solution, that's all you need. Another of a very helpful tip would be start with like a bigger audience in mind, and then try to niche it down. As maybe if you're talking about hospitals, you choose like, oh, I want to go with hospitals. First, you're talking about general patients. Then maybe you want to filter it down and come to one specific problem that you wanted to solve. So maybe go broader at start and then try to niche it down rather than sticking to a very specific problem at the very starting. So that's one of the idea that really helped me out. Um, to make your things stand out into the mix of so many ideas, be very clear with your diagrams. Make sure you also use really simple language so it's understandable for everyone. Do not make it complicated. Um, Try to communicate your idea from both the technical person and the not technical person, because obviously there is going to be judges who would judge you on um, like they might not be familiar with what does Python mean or what does Java mean, but they would be understanding your concept. But there also are people who are technically judging you, so you also need to cater both of them in your abstract and ideas. So how to build a solution? So for this, I would really like to call upon Madan to explain what the theme for this is and give everyone some idea.
Thanks, Vidya. So I'll start sharing now. So do I have permission to share?
Yeah, you should be able to share now.
Okay. Are you able to see my screen? My
Yes, we
screen
can
is
see.
visible? Okay, okay. So hello to all. So we see a huge participation here. Happy for that. And thanks to both the Vaidehis for arranging this session. So it's great to see you all. So like lot of things, the basic things is covered by Vaidehi. So only thing is like we have to start understanding what is the exact topic here and from where we have to start working with. So the topic starts as financial inclusion for women, right? So like if anybody wants to unmute and say what is financial inclusion, what do you think it is referring to? If anybody wants to answer, I can give you 5 seconds. If somebody wants to answer.
So may I?
Yes, please.
So financial inclusion of women means that the women should know how they can save the money and what more they can do with the financially. If they are suppose they are the housewives, by saving their money, independently. So what they can do more with that to get more independent and finance, they do not depend on the family for their financial support. Like they can get this much amount of money on their own so that they can do their works without any help.
Yeah.
And if they are
Yeah.
illiterate, we can help them by giving them the ideas or the somewhat kind of app like that, which will help them where to invest their money or what they can do with it.
Yes. Sakshi, you wanted to tell something?
Yes, almost a kind of that where people actually those who are like low income groups and they need somewhat a kind of managing of their finance. So I can say a kind of illiterate but not completely uneducated. They have idea, but still we want them to like organize their money in a very proper way so that it will be helpful for their future.
Great. So both of you are right. So the where we have to start is like to understand the word inclusion. We have to understand the word exclusion, right? The inclusion comes when there is exclusion. So actually, women are being excluded in many of the financial credits or whatever the schemes which are available to normally to men. Some of the things women are not able to access. That's where we call it as exclusion, right? So we want to include them. We have to make it inclusive for everyone without any bias. So that's where we need to understand. And like in this session, we I know since it is a remote session, right? We need a lot of listening skills, right? When I am speaking, you have to have proper listening skills to understand what I am telling. You should have the stamina, listening stamina to be here for like 1 hour and understand what we are saying. Similarly, you listen to the society. Okay, in society, what problems are there? Where women are facing the problem? So you can ask somebody who is in home also, like what challenges they are facing when it's related to money or financial things, credit worthiness, or how they can approach for starting a business or getting a loan. What are the challenges they have? So start with your family, then start with your neighbor, then go and approach the society where some women you are seeing they are working, they are in a construction work in a building. Ask them what challenges they have. So there will be a flower market, right? Their women will be selling flowers. Ask them what challenges they have. Then you will be getting an idea, right? Where they are really facing the challenges. So we are expecting you to find the problem first, and that's where the problem statement comes in, right? So find the problem, then work towards the solution. So don't think about your strengths and weaknesses prior to finding the problem, because human mind will try to find the shortcut, right? Okay, I can do this, so I will try to create this problem, so I'll be able to solve this. So let's not get into that approach. So my advice would be to find a real problem which is there in the society, then work out the logic first to solve that problem. Then from that logic you can start building your code, AML code, or whatever you are building it. So when you are building the logic, like you are halfway done, and that's what we are our basic expectation is from you, the solution as a logic. Then beyond that, whatever you are doing, like building a code, making it to work, showing us a demo, all these things are extra things which can give you the additional points. So that is the main thing which we wanted to share with you. So that's all is represented here as well. Okay. So a functioning prototype. So what is a prototype? Prototype is not like a full product, right? Something we will be able to see it working. So we are expecting like not only the ideas like in written format, but you have to show something in a like working format. Like see, the Google Forms is something in a working format, right? The form will collect our details and it will show how many participants, lot of things it will do. Like that, some form of prototype you should show for whatever you are building upon, right? That's one expectation. And a brief presentation like 5 to 11 slides explaining what is the problem statement that you have decided and how you are trying to solve the problem, and your demonstration on the working prototype, right? And ethical considerations when you are following that, right? So ethics plays a clean role here because whatever solution we are building, right? People who are very creative, they are very they are on the top notch of the technical cyber things, but they will become cyber criminals, right? Mostly. So we are expecting you to build something for the ethical cause, right? So not to force somebody for the loans, right? Loan scams or something. So, but we can be the solution provider. Like if a loan scam is working, how to make people beware of that, or how to make people escape from that scamming calls. That should be our approach. So we are looking at the ethical considerations here. And also, like when we say your bias, like AI, when we talk about artificial intelligence has bias, right? So basic thing is we want you to understand what is the difference. Like in our generation also we had coding, programming and everything, right? And in your generation you call it as AI. So what is the difference between a programming and an AI? Anybody wants to answer this? Like in a one or two lines, key differences between program and an AI?
So may
Yes, yes, Sakshi.
basically program is what we write, and like AI is we can say that first we have to program AI, then on it will learn the things automatically.
Okay. Anybody else? I want to give one more chance.
So can I answer?
Yes, Manya.
So in programming, we try giving brute force answer, whereas AI gives us the best solution possible. So programming helps us use up like our intelligence more, whereas AI just gives us the most efficient answer possible.
Okay. Point noted that is one of the functionality of AI. So the main difference, what we call like program and AI, like Narayana Murthy also clearly pointed out that people are unable to differentiate between programming and AI. See, program is something you build and it works as per the algorithm you have built, right? The logic behind it. Like your addition program you have done, it will add whatever number you give as input, it will add and give you the output. But artificial intelligence, how it is different is it keeps learning. All right. So what is the learning model? So I am telling that okay, do 1 plus 1. It is telling me okay, 2 is your answer. Okay. Next time I am giving just 2. I'm not including the sign. Okay. So it is learning that since I did a addition before, so this time also I may be expecting an addition output. It will give me addition output. Okay, so this is the difference between a normal program and an AI. AI keeps learning from whatever you are doing and it changes its output accordingly to match with your inputs. Okay, that learning is an important thing. And a training, right? We have to train the model, right? So training, you can train an AI, right? To be like doing like you have a language, right? We have languages, different languages in India. So English is a common language which we are using for the computing. But what about people in a state where they are using the state language? They don't understand the common language, Hindi or English. So what is there? How you will make it to learn their language or give output in their language, but receiving input in a common language? Okay. So when they say, when we talk to the AI program, it hears those words, it has to convert into text. Then that text, it has to match it with the language, then in that language it has to respond back. Okay, so for this we have to train the model. This is just an example. So like this, the learning and training are the important aspects which differentiates a program and an AI. Okay, so whatever you are building, try to make it it is learning from the environment and it is giving the output. So the main thing here is the bias which we are talking about, right? For example, there was a company, right? This is an example for you to understand. The company was recruiting for one of their offices in a remote area. So in the past recruitment scenario, if you see, they didn't have much transport facilities available in the company. So they were recruiting them, like most of the people, they were recruiting male for their work because they thought women it will be not safe to come to the office and go by public transport or whatever transport is available there. So they were taking that approach. So later they implemented AI for the HR processes. Now AI started learning all those past behavior and it started filtering only the male candidates' resume for the job. It started itself neglecting the women candidates. But now the office has cab facility, everything. They are encouraging people to join, women to join, but AI doesn't know that. So whatever human bias we shown, it has gone into the AI memory also, and AI also started showing the bias. Okay, so this is just an example for you to understand. In society, there are a lot of biases there, human bias is there. Whatever you are building, you have to be making sure that bias is not getting into the coding, right? So these are some of the things which you need to take care. So with this, whatever we saw, problem understanding, your innovation skills, your prototype, your inclusivity, AML use, scalability potential, all these things we will be judging for the for choosing the winners. Okay, scalability, you are building a prototype, but how far it can be scalable? It should not be restrictive, right? Like we can put it to only some people only. It requires them to be having this knowledge, then only they can use it. That kind of limitations, how far you are breaking it and you are reaching the larger society, it's good. Okay, these are the things. So opening it for FAQs. So you have any questions regarding the technical part, or how the approach is, problem statement, anything you can ask me now.
Sir, in the working prototype, we have to show the what data type we is used, or the working of that program or the chatbot, whatever we made.
Okay, so this is what like Palak. First thing is you are thinking about what you have, what you can build, right? So this is what we have to avoid. Like whatever prototype you are showing, it's okay. But before that, find the problem, and with how you can represent the solution for that problem, you have to choose that particular approach, right? So whatever you are building, which is the right way to show it to the judges, that you need to decide, because not everybody is not going to follow the same approach, right? So you are the best judge for it.
So we
Okay.
have to make video of the prototype or of the PPT that we will be making.
Okay, so yes, you are going to present, and you are also going to show a demo video, right? Both are there. So you have to like start working on the presentation as well how you are going to record that video. You have to think about that also, right?
And so we have to give it during the submission on 10th July or while registration itself.
Registration itself shouldn't be possible. Vaideki, do you want to answer this question?
Sorry, can you repeat again?
Ma'am, actually, do we have to submit the video at the time of final submission on 10th July or before that during registration process?
No, so for now, let's just focus on the idea submission. And this call is just to get the sense of how to come up with an idea. The overall event structure has already been communicated to all these students over email. You have the guidebooks. You can look into it again, the timelines. Everything is there. Again, reiterating, the registration ends on 30th. Along with it, the idea submission ends. After that, we will have the shortlisted ideas who will work on the final project solution. And those students will then further be evaluated for the top 5 teams to present in the finale. And this
Ma'am,
particular, yeah, go ahead.
sorry to disturb you in the between, but I have to ask that the idea which we are going to upload on the Google form, it should be the handwritten or any PDF or what?
So in the Google form for the idea submission, there are some questions which we have asked you, which will help us understand what your problem or what your idea is. Just answer to those questions as of now. That is required for the idea submission.
So, Balak, where
And
you are seeing like boxes where you can enter, just type in your whatever you want to tell. If you are seeing some upload button or something, there you can upload. If you have a PDF or something, you can attach it and upload. Okay, it will be self-explanatory there.
Fine, sir.
Okay.
Sir, do we have to submit prototype by the end of 30th June or
yes.
only PDF?
Okay, again, guys, for 30th, there's only idea submission. You do, and the PDF I don't know, like it's an option if you want to provide any implementation workflow or any other design idea. If you want to submit, that's an option. Right now, we are only looking for your ideas, which will be addressed by those four questions in that form.
So your ideation, as I told, spend time understanding what is the problem, okay, in the society and what you are trying to address. So frame an idea and submit it by 30th. That's what we are looking at. And the we are looking at how you are spending your time to understand the society and coming up with the problem, right? That's the important thing here. So we are looking at making an impact to the society. So work in that direction.
Sir, my doubt is not clear. I was asking that we don't have to submit any prototype
Not by
now.
30th.
Oh, okay. Thank you, sir.
Any other questions? So I hand over the session
Excuse
back
me,
to
sir.
yeah,
One more
Dibobita.
question.
I want to know that along with the PPT or the PDF, we can also upload the prototype if we want within 30th June. Is it something like that?
No, I don't think so. You will have option to submit the prototype by then. Okay, but you can submit whatever your prototype is, you can put it in the text format and you can upload your idea, right? So we want to first see the what is the problem you are trying to address there, right? So you should focus more on there.
Okay, sir.
Okay, yeah.
And so one more doubt is that in recording, like if we have to explain what we have to explain, like the working of the idea, or is the team explaining the solution for the problem we took?
Only the problem. What you are trying to address. Describe it like giving some examples and what you have observed, where it is impact, right? So you can also tell like when it is solved, what will be the benefit for the woman overall, what they will be getting. So have the ideation like that. Okay, we want to see what is the problem. So if that is solved, what great impact we are making to the society, right?
Okay.
So, for example, think how this QR code has made a big difference, right? In the society, you see people who are say selling tender to coconut or anything, the roadside vendors, everyone, they are able to get the easily the money from and it directly goes to their account. It's a revolution, right? So it has changed a lot of people's lives, right? Otherwise we had the we have the business was not running too much, because most of the time people don't buy because they don't have money in their purse, right? They don't have money in their wallet. That's also a reason they avoid that and go. But nowadays people when they want to buy something without any fear, they are buying it because they can pay directly, right? So think something like that, which made a huge impact on the society, right? Okay, I hand it over to Vaidegi. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Madan. I think Vaidehi, Cutie, if you are there,
Yep. So I think a lot, Madan explained
yeah.
it really well about how to go around and what actually need is expected from the hackathon itself. I would like to call upon Tina to give her experience about how it was to participate in the hackathon last year and being a winner for the hackathon.
Yeah. Hi everyone. I am Tina Goyal and I was one of the winners of last year's WWT All India Hackathon, and I'm excited to share my journey with all of you. So when I registered, I didn't have any team. Then I asked my friend that, do you want to participate? And she was also like yes, let's participate. Then still we were only two members. We didn't have two more, like the last year number of members allowed were 3 to 5. So we even filled the find team form, and then we were assigned two more members. Then we connected on LinkedIn. We four connected on LinkedIn and made a WhatsApp group. Had a lot of conversations regarding deciding the theme, what our problem statement will be, and what really helped our team stand out was a clear focus on the problem statement and a solid technology that we used and a very impact-driven approach, and of course a good team collaboration. And then we brainstormed ideas around how we could make a real difference using technology and stayed aligned with the theme. We chose cybersecurity last year, and throughout our solution building process we were aligned to the theme exactly. And one tip that our mentor even gave during the mentorship session last year was to not overcomplicate our idea, to keep it simple, to keep it innovative and relevant to the problem, because judges look for clarity, that whether we are clear to the problem, we are clear to the solution that we are building, it's not that confusing, and its visibility, that how the user will be able to navigate to the dashboard or to your prototype, whatever you are showing, and how impact your solution can make. And especially now this year, it's in the context of women's financial inclusion, so depending on that too. And also to make the best use of mentorship sessions, because last year I remember when our idea was selected, the next thing that happened was a mentorship session, and where we were assigned a mentor, and we told them about our problem statement, about our approach, how we will be making a solution. And he really gave us a very helpful feedback and told us how some things that we mentioned could be impractical to make in that time span. So that feedback from our mentor helped us to refine our pitch and approach just days before the finale. And lastly, enjoy the process. Trust me, I have been in 8+ hackathons, and hackathons are just not the competitions, they are an amazing learning experiences. Whether we win or not, we always come out with stronger skills and new friends, a lot of connections, and a better confidence. So we should give it our best shot every time we participate. And good luck to everyone.
Thank you so much, Tina. It was really nice to hear about how you made like new friends, but also like enjoyed the whole process,
Yeah.
because some of them just like get a little stressed out about what hackathon does, and they might just feel like very underconfident. I just wanted to ask, like, how did you approach? Because I see like a lot of messages about like what technology we should be doing, and what level of knowledge we should have about technology. Like, did you guys face any problems around that?
Yeah, we four were from different colleges even, and because we were assigned a team from Shooting Stars Foundation itself, so we all four had different approaches, different we we gave our ideas every time we had new approaches to the problem that we were facing every time. Some were working on the front end, some were giving ideas that how we could integrate this AI solution, or how we could give a presentation, PPT. We used our theme was cybersecurity, and we made a dashboard, quizzes, and integrated a chatbot also. So everyone was assigned a different task from the project. So dividing work is really helpful.
That's actually really good. Thank you so much for coming here and just telling your experience about how it was to participate in the hackathon. Moving on, so we have a participants to-do list for you guys. Everything, all of this is in the participant guidebook. But here are a few of the to-do list that you guys can do while you are on the thing. So right now, just getting your ideas out is the very first step, and give your best on everything. Here's the judging criteria. You can find all of this in your playbook, which is sent you through emails and communicated with you guys. But if you follow this guidelines, we are pretty sure that you are very sure to success. We'll also be sharing, I mean, who doesn't love a good prize? So we have a raffle prize for this session, which is a quiz. I think where they can share the link um, in the chat box.
Yes, I will share in the chat box with all. This is only for those who are attending, so I'm not sharing in the WhatsApp group.
So yeah, that brings us to the end of the session, and I now hand over to Vaideh for concluding it.
Yeah, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Vaideh. Thank you, Madan. And thank you, Tina. I think it was great to hear from Tina because you being a participant yourself, you were able to share your insight as a participant, and that would have definitely helped others. And yes, thank you so much, Aditi, for facilitating us, for connecting us with the WWT members. And all the students, if you have any other queries, what I would recommend is you can raise it through the issue form, which have been already shared with you in the WhatsApp group. And if there are any technical requirement or technical clarification needed from WWT, we will communicate it to them and we can get you the clarifications needed. And as discussed for now, let's completely focus on the idea submission. If you'll go through the email you have received on the guidelines for the idea submission, that will give you clarity. We hope it is not very complicated. Just again, summarizing the points which were shared, focus on the problem statement, identify the problem statement, and then think about your approach to solving that problem. This is exactly what we are looking for as of now. And this recording will be shared with all over email. So look up for an email, which you will receive by maybe tonight or early next week. And yes, hoping to see more and more ideas and some exciting ideas. And again, this is a great opportunity. We have amazing prizes for people submitting ideas. The top 25 ideas are eligible for prize monies. So we have good opportunities for everybody. And yes, that will be all for this session. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you again.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Vaidehi. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.